Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. If you're watching this video right now, you probably came from either Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, whatever it might be. And you're here to steal the formula, essentially, of how I got from looking like these guys over here to this guy over here. Okay. Now, as you can see, there's different pictures of skinny me, fat me. I'm going to explain all this today. Okay. Um, Again, it's a longer video, but if you do stick to it, I'll show you exactly how I did what I did. If you want to take notes, go for it, and let's go ahead and dive right in. Okay. So before I actually got in shape and stayed in shape, I was super skinny. I was a skinny kid with a huge lack of confidence. I had a ton of motivation to get in shape, but I never actually knew how. Okay, this was me over here. And I got in shape by following some online basically strategies of this restrictive dieting, bodybuilder workouts, bodybuilder routines, and I saw results. I saw some, differences. I put on mass visually, okay, but it wasn't really too ideal, okay. I was spending 6 to 7 days in the gym. I did so through restriction, okay. I then fell off when work got busy and it wasn't sustainable. Okay, I wasn't able to spend every single day at the gym. I wasn't able to meal prep all of my meals for every single day going forward. It wasn't something I can do realistically for the rest of my life. I could do it for a week, 2 weeks, sure, but to do that every single week of every month wasn't possible. I had lost hope, lost passion. I wondered if it was even worth trying again, if the only way to get in shape was through restriction. Then I realized that wasn't the only way. Okay, I found the track effect, and it helped me now get in the best shape of my life right now, both mind and body. I built a system around real life, not against it. Okay, it's something that actually helps me. I was finally able to stay in shape, and while doing this, I was able to enjoy life as well. Okay, I was able to pick up new things. I was able to pick up running. This was my first 5K run that I had tried just for fun to see if it's something for me. And I'm doing this too after I had an ankle injury not that long ago too. So it's something new for me. Okay. And now I'm teaching others to do the same. Okay. At work, I'm able to be a lot more confident. I'm able to present things a lot better. I'm able to think of more ideas to continuously improve. In the gym, I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm able to lift weights I haven't lifted before. And I've been able to do so while building a community of over 20,000 followers right here to help them out with getting in shape, all for free with free content. Okay. And I'm able to do so as well and show you how to do so without spending these hours in the gym, hours in the kitchen, restrictive methods, which is what 99% of these other guys actually preach. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive right into the program, the plan, what we got to do. Okay, my problem, and probably yours if you're still watching, and if any of that aligned with what you have going on, is I thought the answer was more restriction, saying no to everything. Oh, what's that? You got a birthday party tomorrow? No, I can't come because it's not on my plan to have some cake or just enjoy life a little bit because it'll completely put me off the plan and I can't do anything if I do that. I won't reach my goals. I thought that was the answer. What did that do? In reality, it made me more miserable. Okay, I was missing out on things. I was missing memories and experiences. I was missing work events because I thought it would really take me off track, and it did. It did. It took me off track, and I ended up looking like where is it? This guy over here. You know what I mean? So going back to it, I would fall off. I would start over again and again, and I would repeat that same cycle every time. I'd lose maybe 5 pounds, gain it back again. Lose 10 pounds, gain it back again. It wasn't anything, long term. It wasn't anything sustainable long term. Okay, so I realized after that I had to do some research, and after doing some research, I realized this wasn't just my experience, and the research over here backs it up. You can go ahead and pause and read all this, and I'll even link the articles below so you can go through it, just in case you're thinking of getting in shape long term and for life through restrictive methods. Go try if you're not a professional bodybuilder, by the way. If you're a professional bodybuilder and you have the time for it, amazing. If you're not, pause and read all this. I'm gonna break it down for you right here anyways. Okay, finding number one that I found is 95% of people, okay, regain lost weight within 1 to 5 years of restrictive dieting, leading to self-blame, shame, and the same cycle repeating over and over again. So guess what? If you think you're gonna, have this aggressive cut and be on this aggressive diet for years, well, be ready to be one of the 95% of people. Um, Finding number two, 28,525 adults studied. Calorie restricted diets were directly linked to higher depressive symptom scores. Men and overweight individuals most at risk. Because you're over here and you're basically trying to track these calories all the time, um, and it's not something that you can rely on long term. Okay. Instead, what you got to do, which I'll talk about later, I get ahead of myself sometimes, but you need to build habits. Okay. Building habits is so much more important than just one day of, doing a 1,000 calorie cut or something like that and thinking that it's gonna get you somewhere. When sure, it might for the first week, but you're gonna regain that. You're not building habits. You're not building foundations, which I'll talk about later as well. Finding number three. Sorry, I zoomed in a little too much. Number one, all or nothing thinking, not lack of motivation, is the primary reason people who try to exercise consistently fail to stick with it long term. Just because you missed a day, just because you missed a week, doesn't mean everything's done. Doesn't mean your whole life is now finished and you're going to be fat for the rest of your life. No. Just because you went out and you had a slice of cake doesn't mean that everything's over and your whole diet's screwed. No. And that's what most of you guys think when you try to get in shape. Initially, you go with this. You think you're CBum or Arnold, and you just can't stick with that long term. It's fun, it's motivating, but it's not long term sustainable. Okay. And again, you can read the article here. I'm going to link all of these below if you want to read more about them. Okay. Now, this did help me. Okay. This helped me see that I wasn't alone in this. A lot of other people are experiencing the same things. Okay. But people keep preaching that you got to do it that way. Well, I'll show you. You don't have to. So what I did is I sat down and I wrote out exactly what I actually needed to do, what I actually needed to help me get in shape. Not what the industry is trying to feed me. And unfortunately, I'm not a professional bodybuilder. Okay, what did I have? Number one, I had busy weekends. I had a big family, big circle of friends. I needed a flexible approach to food and exercise that can balance both. Okay, number two, a training plan that didn't require me to dedicate 15 plus hours to the gym every week. I didn't want to be in the gym for 2+ hours a day, go home and then go to sleep and repeat that same cycle over and over again, work, gym, sleep. No, I needed to enjoy life. Okay. Number three, accountability plan to keep me in check. I tend to lose motivation and fall off, so this should fix it, which it did at the end of it. Okay. What this means, by the way, is if you are struggling with, holding yourself accountable, you set up an actual plan to do so, whether it's someone helping you or just a checklist, which again you'll see later on. Number four, I needed to get in shape and stay in shape while enjoying life. Okay. This is the big thing. While enjoying life. If you're getting in shape but you're miserable, is it really worth it? Like, genuinely, ask yourself, is it worth it? I don't know. Not for me. So then I created something. Okay. I created a system that actually works around my needs, and it looked something like this. It's called the Smart Track Recomp Program. You might have heard about this if you're watching this video, but I'm going to show you what it consists of right now. Okay. So it's 3 phases. I'll go ahead and show you them one by one. Phase number 1 is the tracking phase. If you fail to track, you fail to manage. I'll say it again. If you fail to track, you fail to manage. And you need to be tracking for your first phase to understand and build habits of what's right and what's wrong that will stick with you long term for phase 2, 3, and the rest of your life. Okay? Now, most guys actually have no idea what they're actually eating or how that food is impacting them or how they're actually training, so we fix that first. Okay? It's a lot of education. You go to school and you go to university and college and you learn all these topics that you never use again in your life. This is something that you will use for the rest of your life. This is something that will stick with you for the rest of your life, that you will pass on to your children, to your siblings, to your family, and help them get in shape also. It's so much bigger than just you getting in shape. It's about setting an example and being a role model for other people to also push themselves to understand what's right, what's wrong, what foods are good, what foods aren't. Because the way that the system is set up right now and the world is set up is they want you to stay fat because that's the way that they make more money. So you need to have that sense of urgency to just push yourself and go and learn something new that will stick with you for the rest of your life. And if you're watching this video still, then you're doing that right now too. So you start tracking your calories, your protein, and your training. Okay, and not to obsess over these numbers long term, but just to finally understand and have real data instead of guesses. Okay, build foundation. This phase is about building the habit before we touch the plan. Consistency first, optimization later. Okay, it's all about habits this first phase. Momentum is highest here. Okay, you're most motivated here, so we're going to use that to actually help you understand those habits. Moving on to phase number 2. The recomp phase. This is the phase where you'll see the most, visual changes. You'll start to actually notice it. People around you will start to notice it. I had one of my clients the other day say, "Oh, for the first time, one of their friends told them that, hey man, you look like you've been lifting," and he hasn't told him that he's been getting in the gym and actually being part of the program. On top of this is also the phase where most people drop off. Okay, week I'm skipping ahead one point here, but weeks 4 through 10 or so is where most guys either stall or push through. This is where a job gets busy, travel happens, motivation dips. But I'm here with you and I'm holding you accountable every step of the way. So we're having weekly check-ins throughout this phase, not disappearing after I hand you a PDF. We adjust in real time every single day. I get a checklist of what you've done, what you haven't done, and we adjust and go from there. So you're not guessing whether something's working. You just look at the data and know. Um, and yeah, this is where the plan actually gets dialed in. Your calories, your macros, your training split gets adjusted to your actual numbers. Okay? So it's very important, this phase. Now, this next phase is, you could arguably say it's more important, but we'll go ahead and dive into that. Let's go ahead and delete this here. Phase number 3 is your lock-in phase. This is the phase where you're going to lock this whole plan in, and instead of it being a plan, it's going to become the way of how you actually live and operate and stay in shape and do so for the rest of your life. Okay, so it's going to become how you eat, how you train, flexible nutrition built around food you actually like, strength training that keeps building, not just maintaining. You're not lifting the same weights over and over again. You're not showing up and, oh, you know what, I feel sad today, I'm going to lift this weight. I feel happy today, I'm going to lift that weight. No. Regardless of how you feel, you know what weights you're going to be lifting with intensity at that. Okay? This is the part that makes it different from every diet you've done before. Okay? It's not just the end at week 12, week 24, whatever time frame, and then just, goodbye, you regain the weight. No, you actually have built the habits and you keep this going long term. And it's built to run in the background of a busy career and a busy life for good. Okay? It's not meant to just, be temporary changes that then you fall back and erase in the next 2-3 weeks. Okay, I'll show you a little bit about the what the app looks like and how your dashboard looks and everything like that too, so you know how the system looks. This is a couple of snippets from one of my clients, Mark. You can see his dashboard over here with his tasks. You can see over here his calendar basically for the day. Okay, he's got his day 2 workout over here, back and triceps. He's got the fact that he's got track body stats that day, so he's got to give me his weigh-in. He's also got to check off these boxes here, which are his habits, which we have set for him pretty much for every single day for this plan. And if he doesn't check this off, by the way, and this, again, this is my whole job, this is the reason you're also hiring me and paying me to do this for you, is the fact that I'm here to hold you accountable to it. I get an email from the system every single day that shows me whether you did something or you did not do something. And whether you did something, did you do it to the best of your ability, or did you just kind of like, oh, I'll just kind of do it just to check it off. I'm here to hold you accountable for that. Okay? If you did not get 7 to 8 hours of sleep, why not? Oh, you didn't have time? Really? Send me your screen time. Why do you have 3 hours on TikTok and Instagram and all that stuff? Maybe, you could have used that to actually go and actually work on your recovery. Did you get your steps in? Did you take your supplement stack? Did you hit your daily water goal? A lot of people struggle with water and they drink a lot less water than what they should be drinking, so we make sure that they hit those. On top of that, with your workouts, if you are a beginner lifter or if you're someone who even has been lifting for a while, which 95% of the people that do lift are barely even doing it right. Their form is off. They don't know. They're not tracking their lifts. They don't know how much they should be lifting. This erases all that. This essentially gives you no excuse to not lift correctly. Okay, you've got a list of all the workouts that you need to be doing, all the exercises within those workouts, video demonstrations of how those exercises look like, so you're not guessing whether you should be, lifting here, lifting whatever. You also send me check-in form videos so I look and see how you're doing everything. This is mandatory. Like every week you have to send me a couple just so I can know and make sure that you're doing it right. And yeah, and it's not, again, look, estimated time, 45 minutes. This is without the warm up. The warm up is something else. But I'm not having you here for 2, 3 hours in the gym. We have lives to get to. We have work to attend to. We're not professional bodybuilders. We just want to get in shape. Okay? But yeah, you have everything laid out for you. So you're not guessing where to go after a machine. You don't know whether to go to that machine or that machine. You just look at the app. Okay, I got this machine next, and I got to do this amount of sets for this amount of reps for this weight. And you know that every week you're going to be pushing that weight a little bit higher, pushing those reps a little bit higher, and then you will see visually, first off, that your charts are going up, your weights are going up, as you'll see later in the video too. Meal plan as well. If this is something that you are interested in, I can give you a specific meal plan like this, where you have specific meals with recipes of how to cook those meals, different meals every day, or you can do the same meals for every day if that's something you're interested in. This is kind of based off preference of each person. Everyone's different of how they prefer to do this, but regardless of how you prefer to do it, we'll find a way to make sure that it's optimized for you. Okay? But yeah, as long as, again, you're hitting your macro goals here for the day and you're tracking it for that first phase, 2 phases, then you're going to be on the right track. Okay? We're building habits here at the end of the day. We're building something that's going to last you for life. And then you can share those too with friends and family too, and go and change it up from just chicken and rice every day. On top of this, we got weekly check-in forms, which look something like this. It's a little longer. This is just a snippet of it. But you tell me, did you complete all your training sessions? Okay. How was your nutrition compliance from 1 to 10? How were your energy levels from 1 to 10? How was your sleep quality from 1 to 10? Okay. So there's a lot that goes into it in terms of checking in. So every week you do fill out this form. You also set a goal for yourself. You let me know what didn't work, what worked. Did you hit your goal from last week? Okay. Weekly one-on-one calls. This is a picture from one of my calls. Again, you can see the schedule here is being adjusted during the call based off what you tell me throughout that call, because we all have different schedules that change week to week. We're not robots. Okay. We're not working the same schedules every week and we have the same pop-ups Saturday and Sunday. No, it's changing, right? You might travel one weekend. You might have something else going on. So you tell me about that, and we set it up on that call, and I give you your schedule for that week. Okay. On top of that, throughout the week, there's ongoing support that you can text me, and I'll give you my personal number, not some AI agent or whatever. You actually let me know what's going on with you, and I let you know based off what you've told me so far of everything that's been going on. So you get that support right away. Weekly progress photos as well, so you actually can see your progress visually of how everything's changing. And daily tracking and accountability. As you can see here, for example, this is, again, one of my clients. This is Mark's performance in terms of his body weight. Went from 197 pounds down to 181. And you can see that visually on the graph. And you can see that the numbers are changing. You can see that the plan is working. You can see everything is going to plan. And you're doing so while enjoying life, while actually spending just a matter of 6 to 8 hours in the gym a week. Nothing more, not 15 to 20 hours, nothing like that. Okay. Yeah, so you can see over here, you can see as well some accomplishments as you progress, and you get rewarded for them, and just noticed for them, which sometimes that really pushes you over to just keep on going. You can see Mark just did their 50th workout after completing day 1, chest and biceps. Keela just did their 25th workout. Mohammed just did their 15th workout. And it's a different plan also for every single person, depending on what your goal is and what your experience is, what your lifestyle is. Keela, for example, is a soccer player that plays soccer once or twice a week, so I have a different plan for him than I have for someone like Mark, who works in an office and does cardio and biking and stuff like that. So it depends on each person. Okay. You can see some wins as well. What went well last week: training, nutrition, mindset, work, anything. Doesn't have to be even workout related. Like over here, just a very small win. Got all my workouts done. Something simple, nothing crazy. Just got all my workouts done. Or maybe, stayed in my deficit the whole week, including the weekend, which I can't remember when that has last happened. Went out for a birthday dinner yesterday and still made it work without stressing about it. That's what it's about. That's what it's about, is enjoying life and doing all this stuff while getting in shape and not having to worry about, oh, I had some cake. I'm finished. And then it's on your mind for the rest of the week. No, stop this all or nothing thinking. It's not going to get you anywhere long term. Hit all 4 sessions this week, wasn't feeling it on Wednesday, but showed up anyways and actually had one of my best workouts. Went up to 600 pounds on leg press too. And again, you know this because you're tracking it using the app. Using when you go on here, you have your reps, sets, weights, and you're tracking it and you're going up every week. And if you're not going up, I'm on you to make sure you go up. Because as long as you're following the right nutrition plan, the right recovery plan, you will see those results. With the fact that, this isn't a super strict nutrition plan. It's an 80-20 split, okay? It's 80% foods that will help you get there, 20% foods that, enjoy that might not be ideal, but you just enjoy them and they make you happy, okay? And you still get in shape while doing them. All right, so again, if all this sounds good to you, you can feel free to book a call, but just please understand before you book a call, take note of this over here. When you hop on the call, please understand this isn't a sales pitch, okay? It's a 20-30 minute call to see if the Smart Track method is actually the right fit for your life right now, or if it doesn't. If it's not a right fit, if I ask you questions and I realize, okay, this might not be for you, I'm gonna tell you straight up. I've done it before. I can say it again. Both answers are fine, okay? But if it is a right fit, again, we don't wait for Monday. We start, and that's the whole point. You've had this starting Monday plan for years, and I'm not giving you that excuse anymore. Okay, as your coach, I'd hope I'd be someone that pushes you to then not stall things for longer and longer and longer when you know there's no perfect time to start. Okay, but please, guys, if you do book this call, come with a place, a quiet place, somewhere quiet. Whether it's your office, whether it's your kitchen when no one's around, but don't come with distractions. Don't be driving. Don't be, like a mall or something like that. Be somewhere quiet so you can actually take notes and understand if it's actually a right fit for you. Come with your actual schedule in your head, not the ideal version of it, your actual work schedule, okay? By the ideal version of it, I mean like the ideal version of how you'd get in shape. No, I don't want to hear all that. I just want to hear your actual real schedule. And come with your card ready at hand. So if it is a match, you're not being slowed down by your card or anything like that. You can go ahead and sign up right away, okay? And again, this ties back to the fact that there is no perfect time. So you're not delaying this. If you know it's the right fit and we talk about it and we get everything cleared out that call, that's what it's about. Okay? Now, if you are in the program and everything works all well, this is what it's going to look like. We're going to have 2 more calls after that. And then after that, you're pretty much all set to go. So you're not getting a PDF and a good luck, goodbye. Okay? What we do is we have a call after this to build your track. This is your foundation. Okay, you don't build a house with no foundation. You give me your schedule, your training background, what you're actually eating right now, what's realistic given your job, and this becomes your calorie and macro targets, as well as your workout targets as well, and your part of your accountability plan too. If accountability is something that you do struggle with, we can really go above and beyond to hold you accountable to sticking to the plan. But yeah, not just a generic number pulled from a calculator. Okay, we're not pulling generic stuff. This is personalized to each person depending on your plan, and it's adjusted to on a real-time basis, essentially. Call number 2, we're locking in the plan. So I walk you through exactly how tracking works. I walk you exactly through how to use the app, the dashboard, everything, and I run you through what week 1 looks like day by day. Okay, so you're not guessing what you're supposed to be doing when we hang up. You actually know exactly what to do, and you know exactly how to start, exactly what to do. Makes it super easy. Like genuinely, I don't have people that have, reached out and been like, man, this has been like life changing in terms of like, first off, their workouts aren't 2-3 hours long. They're actually getting them done within the right time frame, and they're seeing results, and there's people noticing it. Like that's massive. By the end of call number 2, you know your numbers, you know the plan, and you know I'm checking in on whether you're actually doing it to make sure you do it. Okay. If you block my number, so be it. I'm gonna find another way to contact you. I'm gonna be on you to make sure that you reach this plan when we sign up. Okay, and that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest part of my job is to make sure that you do stick to it, and you do stick to it, and you do it to the best of your ability. Okay. So if all of this sounds good and it's something that you want to take on or sign up for or see if you're a good fit for, actually, first off, go ahead and DM me the word track on Instagram. to get more information if you need it. Or if you've listened to all this and you're like, you know what, I'm ready to see if it's the right fit for me, I'm gonna put a link below. I'll put them above the article links, the research article links, a link to my calendar. You can go in there, you can book a call, and we can figure out if this is an actual right fit for you or not. I would be asking you questions to get a better grasp about your situation, what your goal is, what your struggles is, and we'll see if we can make a plan for you. And if we can make it work, amazing. If not, of course, I'll let you know. I'll point you to the right direction, someone else maybe, or something else. But if we can make it fit, go ahead, book that call below using that link, and let's make something work. All right. And again, if you've made it this far, most people will not make it this far at all. If you've made it this far, give yourself a pat on the back and use this as a sign. Don't let this momentum stop here. Don't let the ball stop rolling. Keep rolling the ball and keep, actually pushing yourself to get in shape. Because yes, you can get in shape and you can make a transformation like this without restrictive methods, without spending 20 plus hours in the gym. Okay, without all the stuff that the industry is preaching you. I've done it. A lot of my clients have done it, and I can show you that. So go ahead, book that call, and let's set something up. See you guys in the next one.